How's it going, people? It is Liam Cattleson here, and we are reacting to another episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine with episode number 8 of Season 1, as we continue with this journey, which has, as I've said before, been really, really entertaining. Last episode, no different, of course, especially with the 48-hour concept, and yeah, again, like I said, it did feel similar in terms of concepts to the Halloween episode, but it had a nice little twist on things, and it was still very, very entertaining regardless. So yeah, but I'm really looking forward to jumping into this episode. So yeah, let's get into episode number 8 of this season for Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Let's go. Could have done that in the first place, to be fair.
Let's send these shoes to hell. It just smells worse than before.
50 books is not a lot. Wait, you said 15?
15.
The squad is what made me decide to become a detective.
That's insulting.
It was my first book report.
The detectives wiped the mobsters' blood off their boots and
young
found
Jake.
the skag. Skag is heroin, and the
Mr. Brogan is writing an article about how Brooklyn detectives have changed in the 35 years since the squad. He'll be observing the two of them internet
the
identity
past and the
theft case.
present.
I hope Mr. Brogan's presence doesn't prove to be a distraction to you, Peralta.
Distracted? No, sir. Evil would love that, but I'm not giving evil the satisfaction. Not today.
I gotta unload.
I'll make this real simple so even these dum-dums can understand. Man did crime. I'm sorry, can you make her stop doing that weird thing with her face?
Crying? And when this is over,
Wow.
I'm gonna find you and I'm gonna break those little fingers.
Miss Diaz,
Sheesh!
the stenographer.
This is an important case.
Oh, good God, why do you smell like an ashtray?
Oh, sorry, Mom. It's the only way I can cope with the stress of the job.
No!
Anyway, we're
No!
running an algorithm.
No way. That is amazing.
You just instantly go to sleep. I'm jealous.
They'll trust you.
Fine, how do I get these morons to like me?
Oh.
Don't call them morons.
Good instinct.
Okay, sit up straight.
The 70s were not a good time for the city or for the department. Corruption, brutality, sexism. Diaz or Santiago never would have made detective, and an openly gay man like me, I never would have been given a command. There were very few black detectives.
The sad thing is,
Did I
that
just tell
is
you what my first day of the
true.
was like?
Holy
Hello,
damn.
I'm Raymond Holt.
Are you here to turn yourself in?
Oh.
No, he meant 2 bottles.
What? I mean, yeah.
Oh. Oh my goodness. Poor Jake. Poor Jake. Time to get her wasted.
We already got you, idiot.
Look who was his name in Serpico? Who's the friend of yours with the ping pong? And lastly, a picture of you on the subway platform eating Chinese chicken salad with no shirt on.
Last night was awesome. We had an epic night of bonding that I will never forget. Do it! I believe in you.
What the fuck?
You got it. That hurts so bad. Let me know when he's gone so I can slide onto the nice, cool floor.
He's gone.
Nobody has dry mouth.
Why are
There's
we meeting
a
the lady
solution to that. It's called
Perfect place
water.
for a second oil. Pull it together. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
pull
soften
it
up your
together,
look.
boy.
My wife and Charles's mom donated some clothes.
Your wife and Boyle's
Oh,
are both
my.
blind. Look like
She
Arsenio.
rocks the black.
So it's perfect?
I'd use to cure hangovers.
Oh, I didn't drink. I was, however, extremely into cocaine for most of 1986. I gotta tell you the truth, Hitchcock. Can I tell you the truth? You and me, man,
I just love how they just tipped
But
his
first, I'm
head.
taking you to Japan. I'm already packed. I had 3 heart attacks that year and declared bankruptcy. Hitchcock
Bloody
said,
hell.
You should drink it all. For your guns.
Now Holt is just trolling him. I love it. There's that smirk. I love it.
Dad, you found a pattern.
All right, let's aspirin up and roll out. I'm glad you
It's
could be
still
here for
good
this.
though. Hungover Jake is still, you know, nailing it in terms of his detective
NYPD,
work.
open up.
Put your head through the door. Cops are usually afraid to go after their captains like that. But you, sir, are old school.
Uh-oh.
Know it.
What exactly did he say?
Pineapples. What did you do?
Uh-huh. Now I'm worried.
Exactly how you were involved in this case?
I caught Mr. Ladd physically beating his boss with a fax machine. Most of his cheeks was caved in. His head was basically a blood fountain.
I'm sorry, is this amusing to you, Mr. Davis?
Uh-oh, yeah. Oh, no. This is great advice. Oh, no.
There's a sauce change. I'm in my happy place right now. Pesto. Carbonara.
Great. Now I'm starving.
Hey. Kind of feel like you're being unfair here.
Feel like? Listen to her. Suzanne Summers over here. Talk like a man.
All right, I will
Oh,
talk like
for
a man.
crying out
You got me drunk
loud.
and took advantage of me.
Oh, come on.
There we go.
I'm asking
And now
you
you're
nicely.
condescending him. Push him in. Is he gonna push him in the
Hey, gotta
face?
go, Brogan.
Perfect. Except I punched him in the face and made everything a billion times worse.
What?
Oh.
To be perfectly candid, I was pretty sure it was the defendant.
Yeah, to be
I love
perfectly
that.
candid, pretty sure is not definitive.
I think I know what happened.
Well, to be perfectly candid, no one cares what you think. Do you actually know anything?
Hey!
You're guessing.
She went to her happy place.
I know that, Boyle. You punched Jimmy Brogan?
Uh-oh.
I was thinking that I needed to protect this precinct from things that I said about this precinct to a reporter while drunk and insisting he record me. I shouldn't have done
At
it.
least he's owning up to it,
Every time I
though.
think
Yeah, but that caveman kind of had it coming, don't you think? Oh,
Ooh.
he didn't tell you.
Tell me what?
Never mind. If Jake didn't tell you, he must have had a reason. It's not my place.
I'm disappointed in you, Santiago.
Uh-oh.
I know that Holt is a stickler, but he's actually a really good cop.
Well, don't worry about it. We're friends. You don't have to stick up for that homo.
Oh.
Homo?
There you go.
Thank you, Santiago.
So, where's your happy place?
I'm in a cabin in the middle of nowhere. Inside it's just me and that stupid, slimy defense attorney. And I'm beating the hell out of him.
Oh,
Put a
that's
diamond
good
teeth
though.
over his head,
Just that
and I rip
visual,
off his
just like.
arm and shove it where the sun don't shine. Then I reach down his throat and sheath.
There it is.
The old guard would have eaten a guy like Peralta for breakfast and unloaded him by lunch.
You know what, Jake?
And hurtful.
We
You
can
know that
accept
garbage,
you and all.
Santiago.
Yeah.
Jimmy Brogan wasn't no legit cop. We punched him in the face.
Good enough.
3, 2.
Oh no.
1.
Oh yeah. It still smells like shit.
Welcome to the party, pal.
That movie.
Die hard.
Oh man. But no, honestly, like, because we didn't have any kind of like fill in, I guess, with the whole what happened after between Jake and that guy. So for Amy to fill in the blanks of that, and Jake being very, very defensive and whatnot would be very, very admirable for Jake, and not just that though, but for Amy as well, cushioning him, because obviously he's been revered, but there has to be, of course, good reason, and Amy's a bit more of a I don't know, she's someone who is more, I guess, reasoned with, in a sense, I guess, from Holt's perspective. Like he can have that confidence that she will tell everything and not cock things up and whatnot, whereas Jake would just clumsily explain the situation like he did, and he got sent home. So Amy is there to defend him, and voila. So, man, but love the, like, stories that we got, especially Rosa's story, and you have Terry and Boyle just tried to help her out, and yeah, poor Boyle though, because obviously he's had the hots for Rosa, but yeah, Yeah, I gotta give props to Jake, though. Like, obviously it was funny at first, but there was no context, I guess, in between the whole punches and whatnot. But, like I said, you still gotta give props to Jake for punching someone that he actually looked up to. Because whilst Jake, yeah, he might have thrown some insults, regarding Holt and, the way that, you know, he'd rather see me in a tie than do this. What that guy said was not just an insult, it was a derogatory comment. And, you know, you can take the piss out of someone about, oh, they expect me to wear a tie. And it's like, like you can bitch about someone griping you for doing this and that. But when you make that, when you go to that ugly side of things, when you, you know, pick apart someone and who they are and have that very, very filthy mindset about being a homophobe, then yeah, you deserve to get decked. So you know, you gotta admire Jake there for being there for Holt. I mean, yeah, he might not have he might have taken the brunt of the aftermath of the punch and whatnot, but I feel like that's very, very poignant as well. Like, he doesn't really like, it's like he's not taking in that reward. Like he's not going to have any bragging rights about what he did, and nor he shouldn't, because of the fact that he's there defending Holt, and he's not going to stand for this amount of bullshit. So Amy swoops in and cushions him, and basically, like, well, it's not just that though, but Jake, and how he would describe it, he would, well, it's all going about leaving the part out about, well, he said this, he called you a homo and whatnot. So, and I think it's Amy, and he's more so reveling about the fact that he punched someone who he used to look up to because he was being a dick, and he deserved it. And Amy can fill in with the whole exposition of things, and is a more reasonable character to discuss with, to assign, etc., because she's the more mature one. So and I feel like with Jake and Amy's connectivity, you know, there is going to be that understanding, and Holt can recognize that. So there is that comfort for Holt, knowing that Jake's got his back. Like, yeah, he might be a bit immature at times, but there, like, you can be immature, but you can also be that, like, knight in shining armor. You can also be that character who says no to any kind of slander, any kind of discrimination, etc. Because Jake does have that heart. He might be immature, but that's what I'm saying, though. Like, he might throw some petty quips about what Holt expects him to do, but there, like I said, there is a difference to it, to saying something like that and having that guy just have his mind be allocated way back in the past, where, as Holt mentioned, women, homosexuals, like, it would be a bit more difficult in the 70s. And sadly, it's still a case right now where you could be black, you can be female, you can be someone who is not straight. And whilst it's not as, I guess, prevalent as the 70s and whatnot, it's still a thing that it's not exactly erased, the discrimination. So and I think that's a very, very telling thing with that cop, where he decided to call out Holt for being a homo. And yeah, so, and I did like the idea that he did agree to it, because it was completely unexpected. Obviously, you, like I said, with the first flashback, you'd expect a bit of a decline there from the cop when Jake requested him to redact those quotes. But like I said, I think it played out really, really well. And I do like how, I don't know how poignant these episodes have become, whether it's Jake and being able to outsmart Holt and providing to pull the unexpected, or if it's something as deep as Jake standing up for Holt. because some dickhead decided to discriminate him. You know, these past few episodes, you get a greater lull in. Like, I really loved the fact that the first episodes, it was more so of an introductory, but now I'm really sensing how poignant these episodes can be, and this was no exception. So yeah, but I did like Amy cushioning him there. So yeah, but yeah, and you know, it was that sad scenario where like you're partway through the episode and you're seeing how much of a bad influence that cop was to Jake, especially how he took advantage of him and decided to get him under the influence, spill the beans so he could have more fuel to the fire, really. And, you know, you reflect on Holt's comments about how unreasonable these people were, not just in terms of behavior, but of course their attitude to women, to those who are not straight, etc. So you had a feeling that it would go in a very, very callous way in terms of his behavior, and lo and behold, it did, where he warranted that punch, really. So good on Jake. Good on Jake. But yeah, it was really sad as well for Jake, because of course he looks up to this person, and this is a very, very harsh reality check about how scummy this person really is, because he gets to see him in the flesh. He idolized him growing up, and he sees how shitty he is, and there's that disappointing reality about how shitty of a person that cop is. So he's not going to stand for the hatred against Amy or Holt or whatever. So yeah, and he can be exposed in the paper, but he will have that dignity, unlike that dickwad, because of the fact that he's a homophobe. So whereas Jake did the right thing, and he can get slandered in the paper, but all it is at the end of the day is some washed piece of shit who is just absolute filth in terms of his attitude, as we found out. So his opinions are just invalid because of the fact that he is a despicable, advantageous person who doesn't have that morality in him. So yeah, he'd rather take advantage of I guess, people in a vulnerable situation, or yeah, because like there was that thing in the bar, wasn't there, where Jake requested 2 shots, but the cop was like, "No, we're gonna up the stakes, 2 bottles," and you knew where this was going. And not just that, though, but it, you know, really does play advantage to that cop, because, yeah, so under the influence, there's a lack of control and whatnot, and yeah, so... but yeah, like, it is very, very sad for Jake having this reality check, but like I said, I feel like at the end of the day, it's not something he'll lose sleep over, because yes, whilst his hero growing up might have turned out to be a very disappointing piece of shit, he can hold that dignity with him. He can hold the fact that he did the right thing, and he wasn't swayed by the shady influence that cop was providing. He has a heart, and he provided that, and he stuck up for Holt. So it was really, really great stuff. So yeah, and I also, of course, like the Rosa, Terry, and Boyle situation, especially with the, I guess, ladder to trying to help Rosa out and try to get her to connect a bit more with people, especially within the courtroom. And there was, of course, that alteration of her character and how nerve-wracking it was, especially acting in an uncharacteristic manner. And it was pretty fun just to see Rosa just fluctuate as well. But I also really love that bit where she was in a happy place and she revealed, you know, that guy, I just imagined beating the shit out of him, and it's just like that satisfying thing you have in your head, like, yeah, you don't know what's going on in my head, but yeah. So I really liked the idea of having Terry, Boyle, and Rosa all fitted together, of course, with the courtroom scenario playing out, and Rosa just trying to be a bit more connected, I guess, with people in general, not just, of course, in the courtroom, where there was that intimidating presence where there was a lot of adrenaline being ushered out, as we saw in the flashbacks, but also, like I said, it's just a bit more of a very interesting a circumstance in terms of like how we're getting a bit more of a growth there from Rosa, I feel. Though I feel like who Rosa is, that's going to be a core staple to her character. You can't undo that. But I feel like this might spring some changes, maybe. Some small changes, some small growth moments. So, yeah. But, yeah, this was a really, really great episode. Loved it. And great development. Great moment from Jake as well. And Amy as well with the assist. But, yeah, pretty great episode. So I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care. And I will see you guys next time. Toodles!